Welcome to Grop Life, I'm Grop. Today we are finally going to start painting helmets. I did mention in the last video where I built this booth right behind me, I did go ahead and paint this Daytona and put candy apple red flames over the carbon fiber. There's a few mistakes. I learned a lot in the process. We're going to go over what I learned on it, what needs to be corrected, and I'm going to re-clear coat this helmet at some point. But the main focus of the video today is going to be putting flames on this T3 Torc helmet. This is one that I've used for passengers on my motorcycle. The color is great on it. I don't really want to paint over it because everybody does like the paint on it already, but I want to add some personality to it and put some white flames on it. The first thing I got to do is take this helmet apart, try not to destroy it in the process. It looks like it's going to be pretty simple. Heat gun and a Phillips head, and I should be able to get this thing mostly taken down to where I've got the parts that I don't want to paint off. I am gonna have to tape some of these sections off because I don't really know how to get these vents off the back. And I don't think I can get them off and then put them back on. So those will just get taped off. I'll disassemble this and then move on to sanding it, hit it with a 600 grit sandpaper, and then onto design. So let's get this thing taken apart. Got the helmet stripped down, was able to get the trim off, but it didn't come very willingly, so I'm gonna end up ordering just a universal trim to fit back over it and replace it after I get done painting. Still have to get a little bit of it off, but I'm gonna do that right before I wet sand it. Now I need to put some tape over it, kind of protect some of the parts on it, cover up some of the grills, and then it's off to wet sand. And I'm gonna hit it with a 600 grit sanding sponge and then bring it right back over here and get to laying out the design. I still think I'm gonna do flames on it, but I'm starting to get tempted to do something else, but we're gonna stick with flames. The helmet is now prepped and ready for paint. I made a mistake while sanding and cut into the actual paint that I was planning to keep on this helmet. So then I just went ahead and sanded the rest of it down a little bit more detailed, and the plan's changing. This is no longer gonna stay this color. It is going to no longer get white flames on it. I'm gonna hit this with a base coat of black, and then I'm gonna flake it out and give it a nice, like, super shiny, flaky base. Throw some candy paint over and do some designs and see where it goes from there. I had a plan, the plan went wrong, and now we're going down a different route. So let's see what happens. By the way, I have mentioned that I have no idea what I'm doing, right? No clue. I'll be using Abyss Black from Tropical Glitz, which is a 1-to-1 mix with their reducer. So I'm gonna mix up 4 ounces of black, and I think that should cover the helmet pretty good. And then we'll move on to mixing up some flake. Let's get this Abyss Black mixed. Now the base coat is on the helmet and it is black. It's time to mix up some Intercoat Clear and open up these flakes and try these Tropical Glitz flakes on the helmet and make it all sparkly. So here we go. I'm gonna go ahead and mix up another 4 ounces of it. Should work. I've got the 0.004, 0.008, and 0.015 flake to give a variety in it. So let's start mixing it in and get it going. After 3 coats of metal flake and then 4 coats of clear coat, I took the helmet out in the sun and took a good look at it. I got like a vertical video, so I'll put it here. It looks amazing and sparkly in the sun as it is, with the flake bouncing all over the place. Noticed it was still pretty rough, so I decided to add more clear coat, and I added an additional 4 coats. So there's now 8 layers of clear on top of 3 layers of flake. It's time to give this a wet sand. Next, I'm gonna grab a 600 grit sanding block and then level this helmet out so we can move on to putting a pattern on it. With the helmet fully wet sanded and prepped, it is now time to lay out tape, which has become my new obsession that I never thought I would have. I have all these different rolls of different sizes and thicknesses of tape and types of tape. I didn't know there was this much tape before I dived into this, but now I do. So, gonna let it kind of dictate the design. There were a couple small mistakes when I was wet sanding that I'm gonna have to cover up with the design. So, like, what is it Bob Ross says about mistakes?
We don't make mistakes. We have happy accidents.
So I'm gonna throw you to a time lapse of me kind of putting some of the tape on and figuring this out, because I'm sure it's gonna take a lot longer than I just want to have the camera rolling. Because, again, I have no idea what I'm doing. check the footage and lost audio on a couple pieces here. So thus far I've gotten the helmet completely stenciled out. The lines have been painted. All the shading is done. Now it is time to mix up the colors and spray the candy on this helmet. What I'm gonna attempt to do is a purple to blue fade. We'll see how that turns out and if I can accomplish it. Hopefully, this has all been I don't know what I'm doing. I'm pretty sure I mentioned this earlier in the video, but I have no idea what I'm doing and learning how to paint this helmet as we go through this video. I've made some mistakes, several mistakes, but I've been filming everything so I can go back over it and see what's been going on. So let's talk about the big mistake on the helmet. First big mistake I made, of course, was sanding through the original paint and us painting the whole helmet instead of ghost flames. This has gone so much farther down the rabbit hole and taken way more time than what you're experiencing. I didn't get the clear coat on thick enough. Essentially, I wasn't spraying enough on it and close enough from my research that I've been doing over the past few days since I have been experimenting with this helmet. But that wasn't the first mistake. The first mistake was using the wrong reducer. I used a fast reducer, which was supposed to be from 65 degrees to 75 degrees. And in the process of painting this, the shop rose to about 85. There's all these little spots and pinholes all over the place from solvent pop because I'd used the wrong temperature solvent and it didn't evaporate properly. So that's the first big problem. Also, just issues with how it was laid out. Because the temperature change in the shop over that time period was so drastic, some of the vinyl tape pulled and created like unevenness in the lines for the top, which I'm not happy with. Like, I want this helmet to be in good shape. Also, like I said before, I didn't lay enough clear down on this helmet. I stayed too far back when I was spraying, and now I'm out of clear, so I'm waiting for a shipment of that to come in tomorrow, which will be like a scene or two away from you. But as soon as the new clear comes in, we're going to be starting completely over on this helmet. I am going to sand it completely down and start from scratch, and I'll take all these mistakes that I made painting it this first time and apply it to the second time and learn from those mistakes. Because, as I said, I'm learning. I have no idea what I'm doing, but I'm somewhat pleasantly happy with how this came out from the idea. I know I can do the fade a lot better. I've just got to practice and play with that a little bit more instead of just practicing it on the helmet that I'm painting at the time. Now, I am going to take this helmet and start sanding it down and get it prepped and ready for when clear coat comes in so I can reflake it and start this process all over.
Tomorrow.
After a 2-day job turned into a 2.5-week job, the helmet's finally complete. It's not perfect, but I've spent enough time on this one and it's close enough for me to hold on to and will be able to look back at as a lesson and the first full helmet I've painted, since I have now painted it twice. There were some mistakes when I was doing it the second time, like the paint coming up when I was pulling the tape off on the lines here on the black, and clear coat not getting on there as thick as it really needs to. That's one of the issues that I've got to work on, is being able to spray clear coat a whole lot better and get it a lot thicker and just more even across the surface. So I'm going to be practicing that. But as I said this whole time, I have no idea what I'm doing, and this is a learning experience that I'm just taking y'all along with me. I am happy how the color turned out on it, with going from the purple to blue fade. I did get it to have more purple on the front. I like how that came out. I'm bummed out with some of the issues with sanding and with the clear coat, but I got to start somewhere. So next up, I got to find a helmet for me and start painting a helmet for me, because it's almost new bike time. A lot of people have reached out and asked me, and thank you for the support, especially during this time after the accident, and that my videos haven't been coming out as often. So, and they're now a paint topic rather than Harleys. So thank you so much for sticking around on the channel. And I promise there is bike content coming. A new bike is coming soon. If you've made it this far into the video, please go ahead and hit the like button, subscribe, and turn on the notification button for videos coming in the future, like whatever helmet that I decide to pick for me and painting it, as well as the Daytona helmet that we talked about earlier that we didn't get to because the Torc T3 we went down a path of mistakes that led to something kind of cool, and I'm a little bit more confident with working on it. Now it's on to the next helmet. So thank you again for watching, and I'll see you on the next video.